Shalom, Yasha Allah, blessings and praisings to the Most High Yahweh, and through His Son, Mashiach Yahweh Shah, coming to break bread with the family again. Blessed be the name of Yah. Yah is King, Yah is righteous to all the 12 tribes of 12 tribes of Israel, all you blacks, Latins, and Native American Indians. Basically coming in the name of Almighty Yah, creator of the universe. And basically what I want to go over right now is Deuteronomy chapter 4. But first, I want to read from here the first chapter of Genesis. I say about 21. First chapter of Genesis 21 on down, because it's we enter into the 5th day. As I make this video, we enter into the 5th day of the week, when the Most High Yah created the heaven and earth 6 days and rest on the Sabbath. And so here we go right here. And Almighty Yah, the Creator, our Elohim. Let's see. Almighty Yah created great whales and every living creature that moveth after the waters, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every wiggled fowl after his kind. And Almighty Yah saw that it was good. And Almighty Yah blessed them, saying, Be fruitful and multiply. Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the 5th day. So, how I kind of see on that is, from the waters came the creatures. So, what was first? It was the waters. You see, that He had called out. So, what is the importance of waters? We know the basics of waters. You know how, 70% of our body is made of water, but we're going to get into a spiritual aspect of it. And not more as a spiritual aspect, but, a deeper understanding on what the Most High, and looking at the term waters through a Hebraic mind perspective. Because that is the number one thing we got to do, is get out of this American mind frame. You see what I'm saying? That we in. And one way of getting out of the American mind frame is basically be upfront, tell the truth, and be 100. Because nothing about this country or how they teach us how to think is real. We psychologically taught to lie 24/7 and not come with the whole story, because that's their way of living. Esau's way of living. Okay, so I'm going to look at my ancient Hebrew dictionary and look at waters. I'm going to find out the Hebraic word for waters. Let's see. Waters right here. 2387V. 2387V. 20. Okay, waters. The Hebrew word for waters is nazal. Okay, nazal. Now we want to break the Hebrew alphabets that is used to spell Hebrew waters, nazal, and connect it all together. But to read you the definition of nazal, that's capital N, capital Z, capital L, nazal is how you say the waters. Okay, flow, stream. Okay, and it says flow. You know what I'm saying? To flow water or to flow like water. You know what I'm saying? And Hefil says participle. Now these are the words that describe it. Flood, flow, stream, pour, distill, melt, drop, waters, pour, gush. Now another aspect for Milky Way is Menzala. Now what is the aspect of Milky Way? As a flowing river in the night. Flowing river in the night. Now when we hear Milky Way here in America, what's the first thing we think about? Something up in the galaxy. Something up in space. But if you knew Hebrew, the aspect Milky Way is talking about flowing river of waters. You see what I'm saying? This is why we gotta learn Hebrew. You see what I'm saying? So let's go back to this the term waters, which is Nazal, and do the math with that with using the Hebrew alphabet. Okay. We have Na, which is a sprouting seed. And then we have Za, no. And then we have La, for a shepherd's staff. You see what I'm saying? So most of this is dealing with seed. Because when we look at the word Za, and look up the meaning for Za, Nazal. Okay, we got it right here. It says the ancient pictograph is the letter. The letter is Za, and it's some type of artificial encampment similar to a mattock or a plow. The meanings of this letter are harvest or crop, as this tool is used in harvesting food, as from the harvest cut from the function of the implantment and broad from the shape. So you know those kind of like a shackle, like it's used to swipe up seeds and plants and to make a harvest. So we have 3 words here, 3 letters here. We got the seed, meaning Na, how man carries a seed. We got Na, then we got Sa, so we got the seed, and Za, which is what we just read, an aspect of somebody gathering seeds. And then we got the A. No, the L, which is a shepherd. So altogether it is Nazal, and reading it the way we're supposed to read it, it's a shepherd, and then you get the seeds, the shepherd harvesting the seeds. Okay, so we got the seeds being harvested by the shepherd. So when we got seeds being harvested by the shepherd, this is an aspect of a regathering. So when the Bible referred to the waters, when the Bible referred to the waters, it's meaning the people that spread it out for the shepherd to come get. You see what I'm saying? And that's dealing with the regathering of the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 14. You will check by King Lion. 7. So you left the jungle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. This time could be different. The leaders them take the right place. This time could be different. The leaders them take the right place. This time could be so different. This time could be different. The leaders them take the right place. So long as try to 14, 15, 16. It's up in the corner. Voting can face the economy. 20, 21. Never live in a big time poverty. What a bad situation. So you was kept by King Lion. From all over in the region. We gonna first go with Deuteronomy chapter 4, and then we will go to Psalms 33. So let's go to Psalms 33 first. Against the lion. Lion in the jungle. Wanting rulation. Let's go to Psalms 33 first. From Taiwan till now. Elihu's disclosure, Psalms 33. Let's read that. It says, wherefore, Job I pray. So this is telling you got Job right here. You know what I'm saying? It says, wherefore, Job I pray thee, hear my speeches, and hearken to all my words. Behold, now I have opened my mouth, and my tongue have spoken in my mouth. My word shall be of the uprightness of my heart, and my lips shall utter knowledge clearly. The Spirit of Almighty Yah have made me, and the breath of the Almighty have given me life. If thou canst answer me, set thy words in order for me. Stand up. Behold, I am according to thy wish in Yah's stead. I also am formed out of the clay. You see what I'm saying? Formed out of the clay. Because you know you can only do that with wet dirt. You see what I'm saying? Then with water again. You know what I'm saying? Behold, my terror shall not make me afraid, neither shall my hand be heavy upon thee. Surely thou hast spoken in my hearing, and I have heard the voice of thy words, saying, I am clean without transgressions. I am innocent, neither is there iniquity in me. Behold, he findeth occasions against me. He counteth me for his enemy. He putteth my feet in the stocks. He marketeth all my paths. Behold, in this thou art not just. I will answer thee that Almighty Yah is greater than man. Why dost thou strive against him? For he have given not account of any of his manners. For Almighty Yah speaketh one, yea, twice, yea, man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instructions, that he may withdraw man from his purpose. The same way he withdrawed the creatures from the water. That's a gathering, a redemption. See verse 17, that he may withdraw man from his purpose, and hide pride from man. He keepeth back his soul from the pit, and his life from perishing by the sword. He is chastened also with pain upon his bed, and a multitude of his bones with strong pain, so that his life abhorreth bread, and his soul dainty meat. His flesh is consumed away, that he cannot be seen, and his bones that are not seen stick out. Yea, his soul draweth near unto the grave, and his life to the destroyers. It kind of reminds me of the crucifixion of Mashiach Yahushua. You see what I'm saying? If there be a messenger with him, an interpretator, one among 1,000, to show unto man his uprightness, then he is gracious unto him, and says, deliver him from going down to the pit. I have found a ransom. You see, a ransom or an atonement. So you know this is talking nothing but about our Christ. You know this whole Psalms 33 is talking about the death, burial, and resurrection of Mashiach Yahushua. You see what I'm saying? And it says, verse 23, if there be a messenger with him, an interpreter, one among 1,000, to show unto man his uprightness, then he is gracious unto him, and says, deliver him from going down to the pit. I have found a ransom, an atonement. His flesh shall be fresher than a child's. Because Yahushua was crucified for us. He shall return to the days of his youth. Where was he first? With the Father. When you go back to his Father after his death, burial, and his resurrection. He shall pray unto Yah, and he will be favorable unto him. And he shall see his face with joy. For he will render unto man his righteousness. He looketh upon man, and if any say, I have sinned, and perverted that which was right, and it confound me not, he will deliver his soul from going into the pit, and his life shall see the light. Lo, all these things work of God oftentimes with man, to bring back his soul from the pit to the enlightenment with the light of the living. Mark well, O Job, hearken unto me, hold thy peace, and I will speak. If thou hast anything to say, answer me. Speak, for I desire to justify thee. For not hearkening, if not, hearken unto me, hold thy peace, and I shall teach thee wisdom. You see what I'm saying? So that there was Job. That there was Job 33. And it's definitely talking about Christ. Now I meant to go to Psalms 33, but somehow I came to Job 33. Power of the Most High. Because when you read it, you can clearly see how that is talking about the life and death, burial, and resurrection of Mashiach Yahushua. You see. Now when we go to Psalms 33, now what I just read there was Job 33. Now I'm going to go to Psalms 33. It says, rejoice in Almighty Yah, O ye righteous, for praise is commonly for the upright. Praise Almighty Yah with the harp, sing unto Almighty Yah with the pargy, and an instrument of 10 strings, sing unto him a new song, play skillfully with the loud noise, for the word of Almighty Yah is right, and all his works are done in truth. He loveth the righteousness and judgeth in judgment. The earth is full of the goodness of Almighty Yah. By the word of Almighty Yah were the heavens made. It's funny, you see what I'm saying? We was just talking about the creation and how he created the animals to come forth from the water. And reading Genesis, and we seen it right here on Psalms 33. Because I was going to read Psalms 33 first, but for whatever reason, maybe it was the spirit and power of Yahushua, I read Job 33. We clearly see that's talking about Mashiach Yahushua. Now that we on Psalms 33, we can clearly see the aspect of creation as we read in Genesis, the first chapter, 21st verse and down. Verse 5, He loveth righteousness and judgment. The earth is full of His goodness. Of Almighty Yah, by the word of Almighty Yah were the heavens made, and all the hosts of them. By the breath of His mouth He gathered the waters. I know what I'm saying. You see how shocking that is. And what was the word I had before I even came to Psalms 33? What was the word that I looked up in the Hebrew? And now that when I added it up and went to Psalms, what is it saying right here? So that's why it's important to know the Hebrew language. Now you can rewind the video, and you can see the word that I had looked up. It was waters. The Hebrew aspect is waters. And then when I broke down the letters, I spoke about a shepherd gathering seeds and crops, didn't I? Now this was before I came to Psalms 33. Now what is I'm reading now? It's time for Israel to step it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? Gather the waters, he meaning gather the people. He says, by the word of Almighty Yah were the heavens made, and all the hosts of them by the breath of His mouth. Verse 7. He gathered the waters of the sea together as an heap. He lieth up the depths of the storehouses. Let all the earth fear Almighty Yah. Let all the inhabitants of the world stand in the way of Him. For He spoke, and it was done. He commanded, and it stood fast. Almighty Yah bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. That means He don't give a damn about what they talking about. You see, He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. The counsel of Almighty Yah standeth forever. The thoughts of His heart to all generations. Blessed is the nation whose power is Yah, and the people whom He hath chosen for His own inheritance. And who was that? That means the election, the chosen people, the election. Who was it? This is something we need to ask all these camps that want to bring Esau into the kingdom and have them to rule with us. Do you not know that when you do that, in spite of what tone their skin is, it's about DNA and who the father of your seed is. You remember when Lucifer said, I will rise up and I will be like the Most High. I will sit with the Most High. When you want to bring Esau in the kingdom to rule with us, all you doing is working out his agenda when you trying to save him. You got the Edomites and the Canaanites, who are both Celt races. Esau will be destroyed. Canaan, slavery. Plain and simple. Just read Zechariah 14. See, all you camps that want to save Whitey, you might as well just go on back to the Christian church your grandmother raised you in. You might as well just go back, because that's all you really leading us, right? Blind lead the blind to a ditch. Okay. But to give better aspect of the election, because we just read it here, whom He hath chosen for His own inheritance. Well, who was the people that the Most High Yah chose for His inheritance? Psalms 105 will tell us, verse 43. Let's go there. Psalms 105 and 43. Okay, it says, and he brought forth his people with joy, and his chosen with gladness, and gave them the lands of the heathen, and they inherited the labor of the people, that they may observe his statutes and keep his laws. Praise Almighty Yahweh. Well, you know who that is. Regardless of how much you love Whitey, when I read that, you know that this people that is chosen is the 12 tribes of Israel. You see what I'm saying? We can go up a verse on 42. For he remembered his holy promise and Abraham his servant. Who was it? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So you can love Whitey all you want. The chosen people, the people that was given the marriage is Israel. Yes, we disobeyed him. But guess what? Here's what you white loving people don't seem to slip on. He made a covenant with Abraham. So in spite of what happened in the future, he still got to keep his promise with Abraham. So yeah, we did sin in the wilderness. We did sin in Egypt. And we act like a bunch of assholes here in America. And all we scattered that. We act like assholes. But guess what? He still got to keep his promise to Abraham. So for due to that situation, this is one of the reasons why the Son came and everything for our redemption. Because he still got to keep his promise to Abraham. So the chosen people will always be us. And if we're the ones he married, we're going to be the one in the bedroom with him, which is the kingdom. But see, all you other Israelites, y'all want to have a whorehouse. Y'all want to have a hoedown. You want to be in the bedroom with our husband, y'all, and you want to bring all these other nations in with them so y'all can just have a sex orgy. That's all this shit. You just being a damn whore. You see what I'm saying? Just like the churches that we just got, redeemed from, a whorehouse. And you saving Whitey and all these other nations, you just bring us right back into the whorehouse. We was in the front room, now you're trying to bring us in the whorehouse through the back door. That's all you're doing. Whether you fall into the ditch front ways or in the back through the back door, you still fall in the ditch when it's all said and done. You see what I'm saying? So we know who this elect and this chosen is. You see what I'm saying? And so it says, here when we finish reading 33, verse 13, and Almighty Yahweh looketh from the heaven, he beholdeth all the sons of men from the place of his inhabitation, Israel. So that means the people of the land of Israel will be the 12 tribes of Israel. His lands of habitation, he looked upon all the inhabitants of the earth. He fashioned their hearts alike. He considered of all their works. There is no king save by the multitude of an host. A mighty man is not delivered by much strength. A horse is a vain thing for safety, neither shall he deliver any by his great strength. Behold, the eye of Almighty Yah is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy, to deliver their soul from death, and to keep them alive in famine. Our soul waiteth for Almighty Yah. He is our help and our shield, for our heart shall rejoice in him, because we have trusted in his holy name. Let the mercy of Almighty Yah be upon us, according as we hope in Almighty Yah. So that's self-explanatory. So all this is, everything I've read so far is just dealing. We read Job 33 about the death, burial, and resurrection of Christ, and so we know it adds up to who he died for. Then we go to Psalms 33 and speaking about the regathering. This is all dealing with death, burial, and resurrection of Christ, and him coming back to redeem Israel. You see what I'm saying? Now let's go to Deuteronomy 4. Now when we read Deuteronomy 4, this is something, it's amazing because we're just talking about the death, burial, resurrection. We also talking about him gathering us and redeeming us. But in order for that to happen, let's read Deuteronomy 4. Hear the word of Yah. Now, therefore, hearken ye, O Israel. So this is what we got to do. Hearken ye, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you, for to do them, that ye may live and go and possess. Go and possess the land which, notice what I said, therefore hearken, O Israel. He didn't say, O Edom. Okay? And yeah, we broke the commandments. You gotta think, Adam and Eve failed. Does that change that they are the mother of us all? Okay? So, we can't use the fact that we sinned and broke his laws to try and bring Whitey in. Okay? It's natural. Everybody sinned. If we can save ourselves, how we gonna need a savior? Yahweh Shah said in his word, I come for them that are in need of me. And he was talking to all Israelites when he said this. You see what I'm saying? Because he sat down and ate with sinners. And the Pharisees tried to question him and saying, why you eat with sinners? He was like, because they need me. Y'all think y'all got it all together, so why would I waste my time with y'all? Because y'all just to boost y'all ego and boost y'all pride. And make y'all look down on folks that need redemption even more. Okay? And it says, verse 2, ye shall not add unto the word which I commanded you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it. For all you people who want to disregard the Apocrypha, disregard Enoch, disregard these other words that matches right with the word of Yah, it's a problem. Y'all do that purposely just to justify y'all little so-called made-up idol doctrine. But you don't add or take away from it. You got people who want to add the Quran to this. No, you don't do that. Okay? And it says, verse 3, your eyes have seen what Almighty Yah did because of Baal Peor. For all the men that followed Baal Peor, Almighty Yah, our Elohim, have destroyed them from among you. But ye that did cleave unto Almighty Yah, your Elohim, are alive, every one of you this day. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Almighty Yah Elohim commanded me, that ye should do so in the land, whether ye go to possess it. Keep therefore, that's kind of, see that right there, because you got a lot of people that say we can't do our feast days and only in the land. So you saying because we're not in our land to disregard the commandments. You see what I'm saying? Obeying the commandments is going to get us back to the land. So we got to prepare all of it here in captivity, so when we go to the land, we know what to do. And take it from there on. Verse 6. Therefore, and to do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. This is how we're supposed to shine in front of the nations. But we're not doing that really, So we want to be like the nations. We want to save these nations. You know how much sense does that make? We fighting tooth and nail to save all these other nations, and we're not even in the land our damn self. You know what I'm saying? We're not even in the land our damn self. Let's say you had a wife, and there's a big car crash, and down the street there's another car crash. Your wife's sitting there screaming and hurting, and then you got some other lady down there screaming and hurting, and you go down there to save this lady you never met, and your wife's sitting right there hurt. You know how stupid you look? The most coolest guy would even say that that's stupid. What do you think you're doing when you want to lift out your hands to all these other nations, and we ain't even in our land and established yet? You see what I'm saying? But some of y'all is paid, some of y'all 501c3 paid, some of y'all paid, so y'all gonna keep preaching it because, hey, money talk, right? Okay. You know what I'm saying? So it says, verse 5, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgment, even as Almighty Yah, our Elohim, commanded me that ye shall do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of all the nations, which shall hear all these statutes, and say, surely the great nation is a wise and understanding people. That's what they supposed to be saying about us, but you know they say the total opposite. In a snap of a finger, they can fuck any of our women, you know, and all somebody gotta do is put some implants on their butt. You can get the typical thirsty ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's all it taking. Then motherfucker think he doing something. That's so crazy about it. This white bitch done had sex with dogs. Okay, they do shit like that, and you hit that and you think you doing something. You know what I'm saying? Wake up. These girls, they had sex with dogs. They tongue kiss their dogs. And you think you got her on lockdown? You better think twice, especially if she got a pet dog in that house. You better think twice. Okay, so it's we reading like this. Verse 7. For what nation is there so great who have Almighty Yah so nigh unto them as Almighty Yah are people? They didn't say nations. They said what nation, one race, 12 tribes of Israel. The race of Israel. For what nation is there so great for who have Almighty Yah so nigh unto them as Almighty Yah our power, our Elohim, is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation, not nations, what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day? Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life. But teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons. It's supposed to go on forever and ever. You got kids, you're supposed to be teaching them this. Man, some of you men is weak as fuck. You know your girl ain't down with that, so you just keep your mouth closed and go off to your room and believe yourself. No, that's not how that go. Whatever lady you are with, lady, whatever man you are with, you, him, her, and your kids supposed to be getting taught this word. Plain and simple. All that, I believe what I want to believe, you believe what I want to believe. Damn, if you letting pussy grab and whip you like that, nigga, I feel sorry for you. But we supposed to be teaching this to our kids and our grandchildren. This is an everlasting covenant. You see what I'm saying? So it said, verse 10, I'll start at verse 10. Especially the day that thou stoodest before Almighty Yah Elohim in Horeb, this is when we got our commandments. When Almighty Yahweh saying to me, gather, here we go again, gather me the people together, and I will make them hear my words, and they may learn to fear me all the days that they shall live upon the earth, and that they may teach their children. And ye come near and stood under the mountain, and the mountains burnt with fire unto the midst of the heavens, with darkness, clouds, and thick darkness. And Almighty Yahweh spoke unto you out of the midst of the fire. Ye heard the voice of the words, but saw no similitude, only ye heard a voice. You see what I'm saying? And he declared unto you his covenant, which he commanded you to perform, even 10 commandments, and he wrote them upon 2 tablets of stone. And Almighty Yah commanded me at that time to teach you statutes and judgments, that ye may do them in the land whither ye go over to possess it. Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves, for ye saw no manner of similitude on the day that Almighty Yahweh spoke unto you in Horeb, out of the midst of the fire, lest ye corrupt yourselves and make you a graven image in the similitude of any figure, the likeness of male or female, the likeness of a beast that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged fowl that flieth in the air, the likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is in the waters, near the earth and beneath the earth. And lest thou lift up thy eyes into the heaven, and when you seest the sun and the moon and the stars and all the host of heaven, shouldest be driven to worship them. Okay, you timid guys better see that. You timid guys better see that. Okay, verse 20. But Almighty Yahweh taketh you and brought you forth out of the land, forth out of the iron furnace, even out of Egypt, to be unto him a people of inheritance, as ye are this day. Furthermore, Almighty Yah was angry with me for your sakes, and swear that I should not go over Jordan. So this is Moses pretty much talking to the children of Israel, and that I should go not that I should not go into the good land which Almighty Yah Elohim giveth thee for an inheritance, but I must die in this land. This is what Moses was telling the children of Israel. I must die in this land. I must not go over Jordan, but ye shall go over and possess the good land. Take heed unto thyselves, lest ye forget the covenant. That means stay on point, sharpen up. And clearly we forgetting the covenant slowly but surely, because when the feast days come, we should be exalting it. Okay, the media, the things the media give us get more attention than the feast days of the Most High Yah. And that's a slip off in Israel. We gotta sharpen up. Of Almighty Yahweh. Verse 23, take heed unto yourselves, lest ye forget the covenant of Almighty Yahweh, our power, which he made with you, and made you a graven image, or the likeness of anything which Almighty Yah, our Elohim, have forbidden thee. For Almighty Yah, our Elohim, is a consuming fire, even a jealous Elohim. When thou shalt begat children and children's children, and ye shall have remained long in the land, and shall corrupt yourselves, and make a graven image, or the likeness of anything, and shall do evil in the sight of Almighty Yahweh, thy power to provoke him to anger, I call heaven and earth to witness against you this day, that ye shall soon utterly perish from off the land whereunto ye go over Jordan to possess it. Ye shall not prolong your days upon it, but shall utterly be destroyed. We are destroyed here in America because we disobeyed his commandments. So there is a remnant. When we come back to the Most High Yah and his commandments, the remnant will be gathered out of here from the waters, the four corners of the world. It says, and Almighty Yahweh shall scatter you. Now this is a prophecy here in Deuteronomy 4, verse 27. And Almighty Yah shall scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathens, whither Almighty Yahweh shall lead you. And there ye shall serve gods, the work of man's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, hear, nor eat, nor smell. But if from thence thou shalt seek, if we seek them, which meaning, verse 29 is saying, if we seek the Lord while we in captivity, seek Almighty Yah while we in captivity, but if from thence thou shalt seek Almighty Yah, our power, thou shalt find him. If thou seek him with all thine heart and with all thy soul, when thou art in tribulation, and all these things are come upon thee, even in the latter days, which are today, if thou turn to Almighty Yah, our power, our Elohim, and shall be obedient unto his voice, for Almighty Yah, our power, is a merciful power, Elohim. He will not forsake thee, neither destroy thee, nor forget the covenant of thy fathers, which he swore unto them. For ask now of the days that are past, which were before thee, since the day that Almighty Yah created man upon the earth, and ask from the one side of the heaven to the other, whether there have been any such. So this is how it all completely adds up. Okay, And right now I'm on verse 33 of Deuteronomy chapter 4. But I'm not trying to be intellectual and do it. This right here is basic common sense. To return to our culture, return to His commandments, and to teach our children these things. Whoever y'all in bed having sex with, you gotta teach them this, and they gotta accept it. Because you can't. Because how can two walk lest ye agree? You see what I'm saying? Okay, verse 33. Did ever people hear the voice of Yah speaking out of the midst of the fire, as thou hast heard and lived? Or have Almighty Yah ascended to go and to take a nation from the midst of another nation by temptations, by signs, by wonders, and by wars, and by mighty hand, and by a stretched out arm, and by great terrors, according to all that Almighty Yah, our power, did for you in Mizraim before your eyes? See, He did all this for us, but we want to steady save other people. Okay, and then it says, verse 35, and to thee it was screwed that thou mayest know that Almighty Yah, He is Elohim. There is none else beside Him. Out of heaven He made thee He made thee to hear His voice, and that He might instruct thee. And upon earth He showed thee His great fire, and thou heardest His words out of the midst of the fire. And because He loved thy fathers, therefore He chose their seed after them, and brought thee out of the sight of the mighty power out of Egypt, to drive out the nations before thee, greater and mightier than thou art, to bring thee in, to give thee their land for an inheritance, as it was this day. Know therefore this day, and consider it in thine heart, and Almighty Yah Elohim in heaven above, and upon the earth beneath, there is none else. Thou shalt keep therefore His statutes and His commandments, which I commanded thee this day, that He may go well with thee, and with thy children after thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth, which Almighty Yahweh thy Elohim giveth thee forever and ever. So we can stop right there. The next verse was 41, but we can stop right there, because that was what Moses was, telling the children of Israel, because before we went to possess the land, he wasn't allowed to go into the land, and out in the wilderness is where he died. So therefore, all that I've read and spoke with y'all today, you put it together. We read in Job 33 about the death, burial, and resurrection of Mashiach Yahushua. Then, right after that, we went to Psalms 33, talking about the gathering. The gathering of the people out of the seas, the four corners of the earth, because you know how it is. When you're looking at a sea, you know there's a land far distance. You can't even see the land at the time. So we know it's far distance. So this represents the Israelites that are scattered all across the world. You see what I'm saying? Now, before we even got there, we went to Genesis and looked up the word waters. And when we looked up waters, we added up all three of the Hebrew alphabets that spelled the Hebraic word for water, and it meant, and what it talked about was a shepherd gathering. Like Christ, our shepherd, will gather with his army, his angels, will come to gather the 12 tribes of Israel for the sake of his Father Yah. So, we thanking and blessing Yah for the reading of his words. I know I go through the scriptures, and sometimes I go into details that may be difficult for a beginner. So therefore, if there be any questions, just write on the comment and let that be that. Okay? So may Yah add a blessing to his wonderful word. We bless you in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. So be it. Amen and shalom.